Good afternoon, Wild fans. Seth Toupal, host of Locked On Wild, here with the pregame warm-up for tonight's game, Game 2 of the season against the Los Angeles Kings. Both teams come into this game with a record of 1-0. Minnesota Wilds getting a win last night against the Anaheim Ducks 2-1, and the Los Angeles Kings started their season off with a 6-2 throttling of the Vegas Golden Knights. So, going to be an interesting matchup, especially coming off of a back-to-back to see how things go for the Wilds tonight. And just some of the things that I'm going to be keying in on with the fact that it is a back-to-back, pretty likely that Kaapo gets the start this evening. And it will be interesting to see because Kaapo had a very uneven preseason, to say the least. And so going to be interesting to see if he can get back to some of the form that he showed last year against a team like the Los Angeles Kings. So going to be interested to see if it is indeed Kaapo that starts. If it's Talbot, well, then hopefully he can build off of what he did last night against the Ducks with some sensational saves, holding them to just one goal throughout the night. Big thing, we'll start with what the Wild need to do is to really key in on Anze Kopitar, who was a monster against the Vegas Golden Knights. 3 goals, 2 assists for him. Philip Deneau, one of their big acquisitions in the offseason, also had a goal in the win. So going to need to key in on those top guys. This is a better Kings team than the one that we took on last year, I think. And so can't take them lightly, even if it isn't necessarily a whole lot better. I think it is a better Kings team than we saw last year. So can't take them lightly. Kirill Kaprizov has some very nice numbers against the Kings with 6 goals and 3 assists in 8 career games. So I would like to see Kaprizov get some of that familiarity back and maybe put one in tonight, at least one to help out his team. I just want to see some further like building off of last night's game too for a bunch of guys. I thought Freddie Gaudreau had a nice game last night. Brandon Duhaime was great, and Alex Goligoski on the defensive side thought he did some really good things. That third line was really good too in Dmitry Kulikov and John Merrill. So want to see those guys build off of that performance. And I don't know this. We'll just call it a prediction. Somebody on the fourth line is going to score tonight. Nico Sturm and Brandon Duhaime both had great games, and Nick Bjugstad was solid himself. So somebody on that fourth line tonight is going to put one in the net, and I think that is going to really help surge this team too. Because if those fourth line guys continue to play like that, then this team is real deep in the scoring lines, and so that'll be interesting to watch here tonight as well. On the injury front, I know Joel Eriksson got dinged up in the game last night, and Ryan Hartman had his thumb taped, but I think both are fine. So that is a good takeaway from last night's game too, is that nobody got really seriously hurt in the win. And so a couple of other things that I'm going to be interested in. It doesn't seem to be, at least at this point, as big of a deal, but we saw some of the things from last year kind of creep into the picture. A slow start, a second period in which the Wild get kind of boat raced right off the bat, and that led to the first goal of the game by the Ducks coming right out of the first intermission. So if we can try to limit some of that stuff. Face-offs, I don't know if that is going to continue to be an issue. The Wild were out one in the face-off circle last night again, and so this is something that they persevered through pretty much all of last season. So we'll see if they can win a couple more face-offs here this evening. But all in all, can't be too upset with a 1-0 start on the season, and hoping to make it 2-0 tonight against the Kings. 9:30 start tonight. We will have a live post game after the game is done, so make sure to check out Locked On Wild on Twitter, Facebook, and here on YouTube for that live post game. You can ask questions, and we'll hang out after hopefully another win to start off the season. So that's what I'm watching for. We'll see how things turn out. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll have you covered all throughout here on Locked On Wild.